Hi, my name is Newell Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to go over something very different than everything else I've covered. It's still composting related, but very different. So I have a new member of my family right here. This is our dog Cody, and while we were very excited to get a dog, there's one thing that I know a lot of owners deal with that's not really high on their list, and that is dealing with the fact that they want to poop in their yard. So my wife and I, we talked about it. We really don't like the idea of just bagging everything up in baggies like everybody does and throwing them away. We didn't like that idea. We wanted to do something a little bit different. So we are trying to create a composting system. Now we did some research, and they have ones that like hook up to your sewer pipe, and you just dump them down the sewer. You know, you take this, the poop itself, you just dump it down the sewer, and it just goes into the sewer, and it's gone. You know, they know how to treat poop there. We have another one that was like you take these bags that are dissolve in water, and you pick them up, and then you take those bags and you flush them down your toilet. And I've heard good and bad things about those. I've heard that they can sometimes clog up, they can build up, they can not dissolve all the way, and sometimes they get stuck and you have to plunge. We weren't real thrilled with that either. So that came, another option was the doggy dually, where you dig in your yard, you put a hole in there, and you have like a septic system for your dog's waste. Now we kind of like that idea a little better. It's something that's more at home. It's also something where you're not buying a whole bunch of stuff to throw in it, and the bags to throw out and everything. And we thought that this would be a better idea. So we're trying something else there, and that is using Bokashi mix. And this is the Bokashi mix we're using. And we built a little system in the backyard. I'm going to bring you over here. I've still got the dog here. See, that's our dog Cody. And here's our system here. Let me see if I can get this straightened out here so you can see it. So right here, I have a 5-gallon bucket that's dug in the ground. Now the hole is actually probably twice as deep as this bucket, and we're on the top of kind of a hill here. And if I open this up, you're going to see a whole lot of dog waste. And it has white mold on it because I've been throwing the Bokashi mix in. There are some green in there from bags. Those were supposed to be compostable bags. We're trying a couple of them in there to see what happens, but this is not your normal like composting. This is not supposed to get rid of the waste. It's supposed to just get it ready for the soil microbes to kind of get rid of it. So what we're doing right now is we're starting it this way, and then what we're going to do is we're going to dump some dirt in there and kind of just slowly let it just erode away. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works. We've been doing this for a couple months now. There's a couple things I forgot to add about this bin when I designed it. I drilled holes in the bottom of it that are about a 1/4 inch, and I drilled a whole bunch of them in the bottom of this 5-gallon bucket. And that way the liquids can drain off of it, and that way they don't just stay in the bin, because sometimes, excrement can be a little bit runny, or it can be a little dry, or whatever, but that way it'll just kind of drain through the bucket into the ground. And also that way some of the soil microbes can also kind of work up into it. Now I'm still adding the Bokashi mix. I'm adding a lot of it because, obviously this is something that's kind of dangerous to really do in a way, because, there's pathogens that can be in dog feces. So you really want to be careful with it, and you don't want to just, that's why you're not supposed to leave it in your yard, and you're supposed to, as most people do, bag it and throw it in the trash. But I'm hoping that this will make it where it's kind of feeds my plants in this area, or the grass, and at the same time I'm not throwing away huge bags of dog feces. It just to me it seems like a huge waste, and I know some communities now are even having issues with that. So that's the only thing that I changed, is that I did drill holes in it, with that being double the depth of the bucket. If I had to change it, I might actually just cut out the entire bottom of the bucket and just let everything fall into the dirt below along with the Bokashi mix, and that way it kind of just works right into the soil. And then if the area just fills up, just take the bucket out and find another place to dig. So just some suggestions. I don't know if this will work or not, or how it'll work. We're going to see, and we'll just continue to update and let you know how it goes. Thank you.